Hey Flosstube, this is Amy. I hope you're having a great stitching week. For those of you that have been here before, thank you so much for coming back. For those of you who are new, this is a channel about cross stitch, and I'm glad that you came to see us. I am filming in a different location today. I needed to just get out and get some fresh air this morning. I don't know about you guys, but the more I can be outside, the happier I am, especially when the weather is beautiful. I'm definitely a warm weather person. So I just wanted to be out. Got some dogs walking by and birds chirping, and hopefully the glare is not too bad, but I just wanted to get out and get some fresh air this morning. May flew by. I can't believe how fast it flew by. Mania was a blast. I had my wedding anniversary in May, and we actually, for the first time, got out and did some camping at the end of May with some friends. I had been really at home from the middle of March until the end of May, so it was really, really nice to get out. Back home now, and ate in a restaurant for the first time on vacation, and then got to go to a sit-down restaurant when we got back home as well. So things are kind of getting back to normal, and I do like that. Still being very careful, still, you know, wanting to protect the people around me. New world. So anyways, month of May 1st, when we started out with Mania, I wanted to share with you what all I had done. May 1st was also my daughter's birthday, so I was thinking of something kind of special starting in honor of her as well. And I shared on Instagram, I ordered from, 2x2 Stitch, I think is what it was called on Instagram. Let me see. I'm going to look this up so I'm not telling you guys wrong. Sorry. 2x2 Stitch Art Floral Sampler from Etsy. And I started it on a 28 count over 1. And it wasn't for me. I tried and I tried. The stitches were so tiny. It was hard. It wasn't pleasurable on the fabric I was using, so I took that out. Then I started again on a big piece of Aida, like a 22 count Aida. Wasn't loving that either. And finally got on some 28 count. This is actually 28 count Evenweave from Hobby Lobby. And since I started it over 3 times, there it is. So it's in pinks and grays, and the pattern is really pretty. It's, the pattern when you print it from Etsy is 23 pages long, which was massive. But I'm using some pinks from Victorian Motto. 3 different pinks, and then a gray, DMC 317. So that was my first little start on May 1st. So Mania started off with a bit of frustration, but it got easier and better. So the second day of May, I decided, we had talked last time, I had Shores of Hawk Run Hollow, and I wanted to I had the first block completed, and I had all the border completed as well, and I wanted to do a block a day. So I wanted to do block 2 on May 2nd, block 3 on May 3rd, and so on. So here's how much I got done on block 2. This is actually 1 solid day of stitching. It was a bunch. I was surprised. Some nights I always go to sleep really well, but then I will wake up way too early. So some of these are, middle of the night stitching through the next day. So some got more than others. This is May 3rd. That little white lacing pattern took a lot longer than I thought it would. But that was May 3rd. May 4th, this moon is incredible. But there are so many colors in there, so that took a while. May 5th. Love this, a little picket fence and the grass and the flowers. Okay, and we'll talk about the 6th and 7th. This is way more than 2 days of stitching on this, and I'll explain that in a minute. But oh my goodness, I love that center block. I'm using Call for DMC on most of it. There are some where I'm subbing some Victorian Motto, but for the most part, I'm happy with the DMC. I love that block. So that was the 6th and 7th. This was the 8th. May 9th. The rock wall, the rock ledge. Very intricate. The 10th was the bottle, ship in the bottle. The 11th started the whale. And then the 12th, the little fish. So that was my mania for May 2nd through the 12th. And it was fun just having the same piece and knowing that I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and it was fun seeing that progress. Tiny Modernist was the next thing that I had. And I had all of the border done. I had the first 3 blocks done. The center block, so block 1, block 2, block 3, and then block 4 were already done. So on the 13th, after I was finished with my 12 blocks of Aqua and hollow starts, I did this one right here. If you can dream it, you can do it. And then it goes around. So the next one was this one, Direct the Wind. Then the next day was Keep Your Face to the Sunshine. And then this one, When You Love What You Have. And then Today is a Good Day to Have a Good Day. Life can only be understood. Oh, this was first. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forward. Stay humble, work hard, be kind. Don't count the days. The Difference one. And then we were back to the beginning. So I actually finished my Tiny Modernist-Words to Live By. And I know the sun's glaring, but it's sunshine. I love the sunshine. But there's a Tiny Modernist-Words to Live By. I used all the Call for DMC, except for in some portions, if it wasn't showing up on the gray, I would sub another color in from that same color palette that was called for. And then I used DMC 3607, which is also in the pattern, to do all the border pieces. I did this on a gray Aida instead of black. So that got me all the way through. Let me see, got me through May, I have a whole list here. The 22nd, May 22nd. So on May 19th, I actually did not work on this piece because May 19th is my wedding anniversary. We had a big one, big number this year. So on May 19th, I wanted to do an anniversary start. And I grabbed a Hello from Liz Mathews free pattern. And I'm using a couple of Victorian Motto colors. This is New Coral Reef and then February Special. These are the limited flosses from her club. And I'm just using a piece of 28 count Irish linen. Let me do this. And there it is. It's just a heart with the word love inside, and it's really pretty around the edges. So it's going to be a tiny piece. But when I got those colors of floss, I knew I wanted to use them together in something, so this project ended up being the perfect thing. So that was my anniversary start on May 19th. So I took a break from Words to Live By to stitch on that for one day. And it's so pretty, so happy. So that took me to the 23rd of May. So on the 23rd, I wanted to finish my Jardin Privee-Positive sampler. So it's in 5 different parts, and so I just continued on. And I did this one, Live Simply, Expect Little, Give Much. And the next day was Scatter Sunshine, Forget Self, Think of Others. And then down here were just the pictures of the house and the tea party. And then Norman Vincent Peale is who said this quote. So this is free on Jardin Privee's website, The Way to Happiness. I think that turned out really pretty. This is on 28 count doubloon by Picture This Plus with Victorian Motto flosses that I just subbed in. So I need to finish it. I'm ready to fully finish some stuff now that Hobby Lobby's open again. Very exciting. So that was 2 days. So May 23rd and May 24th. May 25th, I went back to Route 66 by Little House Needleworks. Fun pattern. I bought this on one of our vacations when we were camping in Tucson. Actually, we weren't camping, sorry. That was a tennis trip. So this pattern right here, I'd started it once and started completely over. I did not like the fabric. I did not like the color I chose for the outline or the part of the USA. I didn't like the color I chose. So I started over. This again is Irish linen. I was using Carolina linen and I wasn't completely happy with it. And got another start. So I definitely have plenty of fabric on this one. I thought it was going to be bigger. The States part of it calls for half stitches, which I've never done before. So I'm going through with the half stitches and seeing how that looks. I may have to go back and cross them just to say I did, because it's 28 count, so I'm not sure. But that was my Route 66 start, and it's just a bunch of, some called DMC, some subbed Victorian Motto flosses. So that was May 25th. May 26th, Every Day is an Adventure by Tiny Modernist. This was a piece that my daughter and son-in-law had gotten me for our camping. Here's the pattern. And I used a leftover piece of 22 count Aida that I had dyed with aqua and gray. That's where I am. It's so pretty. Those mountains take a long time. So about this time is when it was a 26. My husband and his best friend decided that they wanted to go camping. I had really been at home quarantined from the middle of March until the end of May, and we were stir crazy. We were ready to get out. Still practice social distancing, but we're able to camp. And we went on a long trip. We traveled many miles, and I was going to tell you guys how much we did on this camping trip. So it was we stayed away over Memorial Day weekend. And it was funny how much we had traveled. I may not be able to find it. Hang on. We went 1,855 miles. We got 7 miles per gallon pulling a fifth wheel. Our average miles per hour was 45. We drove for almost 41 hours. So we had a big camping trip. We camped in 3 different locations, and we were gone for over a week. And it was fun just to get with friends and get out and get some fresh air. So when I was in the truck, which truck stitching is hard when you're pulling a fifth wheel, so I thought this Aida would be a good thing for that. And those mountains took a lot longer than I thought they would. But I had plenty of time. So I got that in my little camper bag. So that was fun since it commemorated our camping trip. Felt nice to get out. On the 27th, I pulled out Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Designs. This is such a beautiful pattern, and it is so fun to stitch. I'm using Call for DMC, except for a couple of the colors on the reds and pinks. I pulled out Victorian Motto flosses. I'm doing this on a piece of 28 count linen. The border is beautiful. It turned out so pretty. And everything matched. Yay. So that's Strawberry Fields Forever. On the 27th. On the 28th, another Blackbird design, the Blackbird. This is my first 40 count. This is Mallow. And I was using one of the, not the Stitchy Pop needles, but the other ball tip needles. On the 28th, I pulled out Blackbird by Blackbird Designs. And this is my first time stitching on 40 count. This is Mallow with the black coffee from Classic Colorworks is the only color I'm using. I was using a ball tip needle for this one, and I like that okay, but I was having a really hard time weaving in on the back using that ball tip needle. So I changed just to a number 26 plain needle, and that seems to be helping. So wasn't quite sure how to get under my threads with that ball tip. So there it is. Definitely have to use a magnifier for this one. But that was day 28. On the 29th, let's see, what did I do? Oh, on the 29th, I started one. I started the Carolyn Manning Flower a Day sampler on some really pretty, I showed you last time, the Aqua dyed linen that I did myself. And I wasn't feeling it. I was using the DMC variegated variation flosses, whatever those are. And it, I don't know, like it was okay, but it wasn't my favorite. And I just found myself not loving what I was stitching on. So I just set that to the side and worked on something else for a little bit. My last one is actually not with me right now, but it was the, oh no, that was the 29th, 30th. Oh yeah, the 30th, sorry. The 30th, I did one that I did really like. It's pretty, it turned out well. So this is using all the called for DMC, and it's a spring pattern by Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm using some 28 count Monaco that I grit dyed with, I believe it was apple green and rose. So it's pinks and greens. And there's my start. This is pretty. This is such a happy stitch. So it was really fun after being frustrated the day before to go back and have a start that I enjoyed. I'm not saying I'm not going to go back to my Flower Day sampler, but for now it's put aside. So we will see on that one. So that was the 30th. And then the 31st, I pulled out a mason jar lineup from Dimensions. I posted that on Instagram as well. I just started using the all the floss and the fabric that was in the Dimensions kit, and got a little start on that. Both of my daughters really liked that one, so if I stitch it once, I probably need to stitch it twice, so they'll each have one of those. So that got me through Maynia. So that was fun. I got so much stitching done and had a blast with it. So now my plan was for June to go through and take all of my Maynia pieces that I did not finish and start recycling through them. So on June 1st, it was that little flower sampler by 2x2 stitch art. And then, because that was the first one that I had not finished going in order. Then I wanted to go back to Hawk Run Hollow and on the 2nd, work on block 2, on the 3rd, work on block 3, and go ahead and go through June like that with my Maynia pieces. I did get a little bit distracted on that because when I pulled out my Hawk Run Hollow, I was just so fixated on this middle block with the ship that I didn't want to do anything else. So I've almost finished it. I have the rest of the ship, the water, and then right here to finish, all just fill-ins, which is nice for binge watching something on Netflix or something while I'm doing it. So very close, but then I want to go back. So my plan is to go back and start filling in on the days to match the blocks. So get some more done on that. Then I have my anniversary piece, my Route 66, my camping piece, Strawberry Fields Forever, Blackbird, Spring, Mason jar lineup, those that I'm just going through in order. I just placed them, I just made a little list of just every day, fill in one that I had not finished with Maynia. So on June, I'm not planning new starts. I would like to finish, and then I am going to use some time to get ready for Jolly July. I didn't participate in that before, so I would like to do some Christmas stitching in July. So I'm going to make a plan for that as well. So yay, it was fun. It was just fun, like having an excuse to start something new every day and to say, you know what, it's kind of my job. It's Maynia. I need to go stitch. So fun. Another project, my daughter came over and she is a beautiful knitter and she also crochets, and she found a little pattern for mug rugs. This is a mug rug. It's for your coffee mug. And it's just a little crochet pattern with fringe. So we each made little mug rugs out of 100% cotton yarn. So it was fun just spending time with her. She's actually in pharmacy school full time, so it was fun to have time with her just to craft and hang out. Haul, I went ahead and added fabric to my Victorian Motto monthly club, and I just did the little 1/8 of a yard. This is 36 count, which 36 count is a stretch for me. You know, I've been 32 is my happy place, but I'm trying to bump it up. So this is Heritage. It's hard to see, but it's just a very neutral. So I told her the neutral colors for the club is what I would like, and very pretty. So I've got that, and then her flosses. There was a teal. Home Sweet Home. This one's variegated with like some burgundies and pinks. It reminds me of the Yankee Candle Home Sweet Home. It has the same colors as the candle did in the wax and on the label. So Home Sweet Home. Highland Blush. Reminded me of Outlander. Red Dragon. This is beautiful. Has some darks and lighter reds in there. These probably aren't showing up well out here, but just wanted you to see. Simply Pine, pretty green. And then a beautiful, it says dark navy, but I would call it a royal blue. It's a bright, bright royal blue. But she named it dark navy. So those are my colors from that. When I did get out to Hobby Lobby to get some fabric the other day, I bought, I'll show you the box so you can see it. It's the Boy 3-hoop adjustable stand. I thought it would be fun. I am working on teaching myself how to punch needle, and I have a little clover hoop for that, but I thought this might work even better. And it has 3 hoops. The stand is built in, and then the hoops store on the bottom when you're not using them. So 3 different sizes, which is really nice. And I think I could even use it for, you know, when I'm cross stitching without the stand. So the sizes of the hoops, I don't know if they say, 5-inch, 7-inch, 9-inch, and then the stand's adjustable. And they have little spring hinges on the hoops. This was like 75% off. It was on a clearance for some reason, so I had to grab it. Thought that was fun to have all those different sizes of hoops with the stand. So that was my big purchase. I purchased some more things to make some needle minders, and it's just fun getting out and walking through Hobby Lobby again after all this time. So those are my plans for the rest of June, is to go ahead and revisit my Maynia pieces one more time. And Hawker and Hollow's looking really good. It's been fun to work on that piece. And then I want to make plans for Jolly July, and I'll share those with you as well. I apologize, it's been a while since we have visited, and I hope that you can see me and hear me okay out here on the patio. Give me feedback, let me know. And I just look forward to seeing what you guys are up to, and it's been fun watching all of your progress on Instagram and to watch YouTubes to see what everybody's been up to. And I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful that things are getting a little bit back to normal. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love your comments. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And I look forward to next time that we get to talk. See you later. Bye, guys.